A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to the Vlog-A-Thon. Now here on the Vlog-A-Thon, let me go ahead and talk with you about 2019 in general, especially with all the movies that have come out during that year. There were tons of awesome movies out there, many of which were sequels or reboots or adaptations that were based on certain books or real-life stories or otherwise, and many more to come. There were original ones that ended up coming out from a certain cinematic universe, like the DCEU or the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or whatnot. And there were also other films out there that tried to capitalize on the fame of others, but out of all films from 2019, there were 5 amazing films out there that were able to shatter box office records and others of the sort. Those films include Avengers Endgame, The Lion King, Aladdin, Star Wars Episode 9, and Us. Of course, there were a lot of others out there that were also able to really shatter box office records to the point in which that new records would be set upon. And as it turns out, Disney, now the owner of Star Wars and Marvel, had pretty much been a joint force, considering the fact that Avengers Endgame has made by far the biggest box office record in history, pretty much beating Avatar by about $500,000. That just goes to show that a certain cinematic universe out there with as much excitement built up as possible, this would in fact hope to shatter box office records. And it was kind of obvious how Avengers Endgame was able to get that successful so quickly. It was mainly because of the fact that because Infinity War was becoming an ultimate crossover, it was able to get enough attention out there so that way people would know that when Endgame would come out, they would already be wanting to go there. And not to mention, since the cinematic universe itself with the Marvel Universe had been 10 years old at the time, going on 11 years old by the time the film actually came out, Endgame was able to do so much that any other film in history would never have been able to do. Films out there that were already super popular, like Scarface, Gone with the Wind, Citizen Kane, Shawshank Redemption, and more, were not even close to being able to top off any of the records that Endgame was able to pull off. It just proves that Avengers Endgame would be the greatest film of all time. Sorry, Avatar, you're no longer on the top spot as of, well, last April. And so, of course, going back to other films out there that were able to shatter box office records and really fuel Disney's rate of success, being that Disney has been the most successful film production company in history by far, and that it was able to simply go through every single movie genre possible over the years, it just proves that it's been the greatest film production company of all time. And now that it was able to purchase the Marvel Universe, the Star Wars Universe, and many others out there, there's always a likelihood that Disney's going to have itself something really successful. There will never be a point in time to where Disney itself is not successful. It will always remain at the top spot. But maybe one day we might have someone who goes up to compete against Disney. Someone who is even richer. But that will not be happening for a long time. Just like how the iPhone is always going to be the dominator above all cell phones. And how some laptops out there will prove to be better than others. But in this case, 2019 itself has already been a super big year for all of its films. And supposedly, now that it's 2020, a whole new decade and a whole new regimen of possibilities involved, we might just have ourselves other things inbound. So, you might want to buckle yourself in really tight and hope that we got ourselves a whole new film that everybody's going to be going to. And until then, I'm Jay Nowak, and if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.